It's your girl Racqui B. And listen, if you do not believe that God can work miracles, you have to stay tuned and pay attention to this episode. I got my girl BLAIR Monique here and her husband Terry and their little miracle Noah. The story is amazing. Stay locked in. It's your girl Racqui B. Oh yeah, it's a run out with your girl Racqui B. If you just tuning in, listen, my girl BLAIR Monique just walked in the building. It's a walking miracle with her little baby boy Noah. Hi Noah, he's asleep. Hi Noah, how are you? Now BLAIR, listen, I don't even know where to start. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, first of all, let me just tell them, hi BLAIR.
Hi.
How are you? So you're a gospel artist.
I am.
How long have you been in the industry? How long have you been singing?
I've been singing since I was like 3, but in the industry, actively working since, like 2008? Something like that, yeah. About 10 years.
And you've recorded tracks, you do have albums out,
yes.
All that good stuff. So you're about this life. You are about this life.
Yeah.
And you're in the church. You are a firm belief Christian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Oh, okay, guys. Okay, we gotta get to the good stuff.
Yes.
So you're married and your husband is here.
Yeah.
And how many kids do you guys have?
Yes, 3.
3 total.
Three
And
total.
we're done.
And you're done.
We're done.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if God's gonna agree with that.
Yeah, we're done.
Positive.
Absolutely. Listen.
Did you get your stuff? Did you get a hysterectomy?
No.
Okay, so you're not positive.
I got them Tuesday.
You got. So you're
I was like,
positive.
you did one more, God, because I thought I was done after them, really.
Right. Okay.
You know, so
Right.
it's just like, because I mean, they're 12 and 9.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and then now, so you have a 9-year gap, and then this happened.
I got one better for you, 22 and 21. Then I got one at 7.
Wow.
I was done.
And even, like, my husband was like that, too. His parents were, he was a miracle baby, too.
Wow.
Everybody else is like 11 years older than me.
Yeah.
Wow. This is amazing. So let's get a background about your story. So you found out you had uterine cancer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
When did you find this out? How long ago?
Wow. It was about 6 months before Christmas. So yeah, because I mean I was counting every day. You know.
Like how many years ago was this?
No,
this
this was
Christmas.
Yeah, this last Christmas.
Last Christmas. Oh wow.
Well, not while I was pregnant, but the
Christmas before.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, it was.
So were you experiencing pains?
Horrible. I was bleeding all month long. Like, he could tell you, like, it was just random.
Right.
Like, I'd just be in the kitchen cooking or whatever, and I'd run to the bathroom and be like, something is wrong. You know, you're only supposed to have your menstrual once a month.
Right.
You know, and then the pain had gotten so bad where I just didn't want to get out the bed.
Right.
So
Not only that, her legs was always numb.
Yeah. Because the tumors were pushing, like on nerves and everything. Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad.
So you went to the doctor, you got it checked out. Tell me, how was that experience? So
it was terrible. Like they did biopsies, they did ultrasounds. I had MRIs because first they were trying to figure out what the numbness was. And so they tried everything. They tried to say I had lupus first. Like it was so many different things, and I was just like, God, please don't I can't deal with this right now. Like, cause I had recently just gone through like a 12-year depression. There was so many things. Like one day when everybody reads my real story, like it's gonna be mind blowing because like my mom has this joke where like the worst things always happen to you.
Right.
So I mean seriously. And so I just was praying that it wasn't something that was terminal, which it wasn't. But think of what I had to go through I was 30, 31 at the time, and I got to have a hysterectomy.
Right.
I didn't want any more children.
Right.
But, all the hormone replacement, all that type of stuff, I didn't want to have to go through that.
Right.
So it was just crazy.
So you found out you had cancer. The doctors came in and said you have uterine cancer.
Yeah.
What was your first reaction?
I think I was in shock. Like, my first thing was, I'm not telling my family outside of my husband, because they freak out.
Right.
So they would have made it worse than it was.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, my mother would have thought I was dying.
Oh yeah, I have one of those moms too.
Yeah, I mean, you can die from this, but you know, if it's not handled
right away.
Yeah, but I just knew if I tell them, at least right now, when I'm just finding out, I'm gonna go crazy. Right. You know, I'm gonna lose it. Because they don't know how to. My husband is like the only calm after the storm. Right. Like, everybody else just freaks out. Right. You know, so I just was like, all right, well.
And how did you handle that information?
I mean, you know, growing up in church, we're taught that when we hear things like that, we're supposed to say it's not true. So that was my mindset, you know. I was more so, okay, well, God, I've been going to church all my life, so here's a chance for you to prove that you're actually real.
Right. So you grew up in the church, both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you was praying for this miracle.
Well, I was just praying that, you know, the outcome would be different than what they're calling it right now.
Right.
But he didn't let me. I was upset with him because. Because he was like, I expected him to be sad. Not that I wanted to inflict pain on him, but it's like he didn't. To me, it was like he wasn't taking it serious. And it wasn't like that. It was that he was like, no, I'm not gonna accept that. You know, like he would come in the room, I'll be in there in the dark. He'd be like, get up, get your write a song. Like, he would consistently say that. And we ended up writing a song about this. It's coming out soon, but he was just like, no, stop crying. If you're sad, it's gonna be bad. Like, it was just annoying until I figured out he had a system.
Right, but this is not your first time dealing with something like this. I've heard on an interview that one of your kids had a hernia, I believe, and you prayed on it and it disappeared.
But what was crazy, he put my son on the bed and he set up his keyboard at the end of the hallway and he just started playing like worship music. And they told him 50% chance that he could die or live if they did the surgery as young as he was. And he was like, well, he's not having the surgery. So he laid him on the bed. I mean, literally, we saw it shrink like right before our eyes. He never had surgery and it was just gone. It was literally gone. Wow. So, of course, we didn't have like social media. It wasn't heavy back in 2006, you know, but
knowing what this man has done, you still was mad at him.
just because I was already in that place of depression.
Right. Okay.
And it was like, you know, when you're depressed, like, you just want somebody to care.
Right.
And I didn't realize that was his care.
Right.
You know, he basically was having a pity party, and he was like,
I was listening.
No, we're not having it, and that's the perfect.
I wanted it. Like, I was like, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, I was going nuts, and he was just like, all right. And he would yell at me too, and that made me angry.
Because I mean, if you're going through the motions as if you have it, sometimes, you know, we can give ourselves that placebo effect.
Right.
To where if it wasn't there, we put it there.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know what? I need your number so I can text. And
for real.
For real.
He will make you, it will upset you when you're in the moment, and then when you look back, it's like, wow.
I'm gonna need you to pray over me before you leave.
So he was claiming
he's something else.
He was claiming it for you, and you were like, man, you ain't.
And then I was like, I know God could do it, because I've been in church my whole life. I've seen God do miracles.
Right.
But it's like, first of all, I'm not gonna get sick. I'm too young. I'm vibrant. I'm this, I'm that. I do stuff for you, God. Right. You ain't finna let me get sick. And that just wasn't the truth. And people get mad when I say God. I'm sorry. People get mad when I say God was testing me, because they're like, God doesn't test us, but He really does. And it's like, He needed to know where my faith was at, because I'm writing these songs telling people. The crazy part about it is my single was called Hold On. And I'm telling other people to hold on. God is coming. It's going to be good. And I had to be tested by what I wrote. And that was the craziest part about that season.
Right. God has a sense of humor. I'll say
does.
that. He has a sense of humor. It's like, okay, she gonna write about this. I'm gonna see how.
If you
about this life.
Right.
Are you about this life?
It does.
And then here's this man here, the calm in all this storm that's going on, and you're mad at him because because you can't believe how calm he is. Have you ever had experiences with miracles before your son that have you in this state of mind?
Well, I got hit by a car one time.
If you tell.
And,
See, now
I just got up.
You wanted him to care about you, but you're not caring now.
I care so much. I care so
Let me
much.
tell the story.
So this guy ran a stop sign. I was riding my bike, and I was about my son's age. And the bike was all mangled up, messed up, but nothing happened to me. I rolled across the ground and everything, but I didn't have a scratch or anything. So that was like the first time I actually seen God's protection on me.
Right. This is. I feel like I'm talking. Do you watch Bruce Almighty? This is like some Bruce Almighty stuff right
No,
now.
it's kind of scary, the stuff that he's
gone
because
through
he'll be
and
like
been
he'll say stuff like before it happens and you'll be like, nah, okay, and then you'll be like, wait a minute, he just told me not to drive down that street, or whatever. And
So
he don't even like, people tell him all the time he's a pastor, prophet. He don't
I'm
like
not a
it.
pastor.
He don't
I'm
like
not-
it.
None of those things.
You don't.
like
You
it.
don't. You don't think you are. You don't think you're. No. Oh my God.
None of that.
You know what? We're gonna convince you today. Okay, we're gonna convince you today.
Stop running from it, man.
Stop,
You know
stop.
what's crazy? We know so many fake
Prophet.
church people.
Yeah.
I
What
mean,
do you mean by fake church people?
Man,
They're not about that life.
They not. And I've witnessed somebody prophesy something to me that was just so false. And at the end of the night, they've raised $10,000, and everybody's bamboozled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's so many people that's representing God the wrong way, doing all this crap in His name. I'm just gonna speak candidly.
Go ahead.
And I was a part of something like that for such a long time, where you're just blind. And I said, you know what? This has showed me not only is God real, but He's not playing.
He's not playing.
Because He could have just said, first of all, He could have just let me have no symptoms. Some women have no symptoms for a while, and then they're at a stage where nothing can be done and they die. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I wasn't 100% top Christian. I wasn't living to the best of my ability. So even when I got the miracle, I said, I don't even deserve this. So
Right.
it was even like, before I praised, I was like, whoa. It took me to a place of repentance. Like, I'm sorry if I've ever not represented you the proper way. I've gone off on people, attitudes at gigs, all types of stuff, because people get on your nerves. You know what I mean? And this woke me up. And it was like, I'm tired of playing church. I'm tired of watching people play church. I've seen prophets talk to each other before they come out and do a service where they tell each other who's in the audience and their business so that they can raise money.
This is
You know
some
what I'm
reality
saying?
TV
For
stuff.
real. No, it's real. And that's why I said
Wow.
it has to be
Wow.
where somebody's going to do it for real.
Right.
It has to be. And that's why I think God uses people like him, because He don't want it. He's not trying to, get no money from nobody.
Right.
This story people have offered us all type of stuff. And I said, my son is not for sale. We're not, because if it was up to me, he's the one who told me to share it. If it was up to me, it would have been my business.
Right.
You know?
You couldn't keep that to yourself.
Yeah,
You
it was
couldn't
rough
keep that
though,
to
because
yourself.
you should see it. Not every, it's the response is not all positive.
Now, and I, you know what? And I've seen something that you posted that blew my mind. But we are going. Listen, if you're just tuning in, it's the rundown. I'm talking to my girl BLAIR Monique and her husband, and we are talking about her miracle, this miracle that happened to her. And we have more information for you when we get back. It's the rundown. Stay locked in. Oh yeah, we're now back with the rundown with your girl Racqui B. If you're just tuning in, I'm here with gospel recording artist, singer, songwriter BLAIR Monique and her husband Terry.
Hey.
And their miracle baby. Before we get to this miracle baby, okay? Before we took a break, you found out you had uterine cancer after all the tests. Okay?
Yeah.
So now you're going to do surgery. So their option was like, okay, we're going to give you a hysterectomy, correct?
And a full. Some women get a half.
You had to get
I needed a full hysterectomy.
And how many did they see? How many tumors did they see?
There was 4 and then 1 benign tumor.
Okay.
So the 4 of them that were there were cancerous, and I mean they were making my stomach bulge out. It was crazy.
Okay. So you're like, okay, I'm going to get this surgery.
Yep.
Terry, did you agree with the surgery? Because I know you're like,
I didn't agree, but I was like, I'm gonna wait until the very last day to see what God's
He said that
do.
too.
Right.
He said that too. When the
It's
day I
not-
had to go to the doctor, he was like, "It's okay. Watch." He never said anything about a baby though. He was like, "God is gonna do something. Just watch."
So, matter of fact, the night before we had to go, she was in excruciating pain, and it's times like that I think my faith really stands up,
right.
because I'm supposed to be the protector, and here's a situation where I can't do nothing about it
anything, right.
but pray. And as I was praying, I saw a vision of like a hand scooping something out of her stomach, and then that was the next day when she went and they said she had a baby instead of tumors.
Okay, so wow. Okay, so you went in.
I
You're
never see you stutter.
Yeah, I'm just.
Last
If
week
you don't
you
believe if you don't believe in God and the God of miracles and Jehovah Jireh, all that. Listen, this is the day you're going to believe.
Like,
And
she got a theme going on, like I told her. And I was raised in church. I always tell people I was brought up the proper way, but I dragged myself up in the worst way. Because I got two sides of family.
Mm-hmm.
You got this side of family that's up here, then you got this side of family that's down here. I decided to like this side of family because I was always forced to go to church. And I just hated church. I didn't hate church. I just hated that I had to go Tuesday, Wednesday.
You hated church, you didn't hate God.
Nah.
The
Right.
religion
Yeah.
part.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just hated I had to go so much.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, everybody was on the block. So as soon as I got home, I was on the block.
Right.
Yeah.
I just felt it took away from certain things. But as I got older, everything that I learned, I was like,
Right.
So it's like it's being resurfaced now. Last week she had somebody up here that got shot,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you guys saw that interview, but if you
He did
didn't,
do
make sure you go on the rundown and check it on the YouTube page.
I like how you did that.
But,
Stop. I like that plug right there. Go ahead, Scott.
But his testimony was the same, like almost the same as yours. You know, God slowed him down in a way, like brought him back to listen. I'm running the show, and you're not running the show.
Yeah.
I want you right here. I don't want you right there. But at the same time, I'm gonna give you a testimony for you to go on and move. Like you said, you don't want to tell anybody about it, but sometimes your testimony might, bring somebody through something that they're going through.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people don't like to listen, like you said. Listen to people that are speaking. I'm one of those that when I start hearing something, and then as soon as you hit make sure you donate, or make sure you hit the building fund, or
I don't think God like that either.
I'm like, wait.
Like that either.
Yeah.
I'm like, so what you gonna donate to me?
Jesus doesn't walk around doing that. That's the
Right.
thing.
And that's the whole thing in the Bible, that you never see God have his hand out. God always said, I'll be taking care.
That's right.
I know who my father is. I know who will provide. I know who's gonna give.
And he said, take no thought.
There you go.
So if he said what you will wear, what you will eat, if he's saying that means you have to depend on him. You're not dependent on people's pockets. We know we got to keep the church doors open and all of that, but
That's where
you don't tell people that they have to pay for miracles, because that's not the way that God works, and that's how we see it. You could turn on BET at 2:00 in the morning and see people selling water. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She's not lying.
Selling
what
miracle
is that?
drops.
What is
Miracle
that?
water.
You probably got that water from out the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. And I don't mean to sound so harsh. I just experience God in like a
different way.
real way.
Different
That
way.
I feel like when he's hurt, I feel hurt now.
But you know what my grandmother told me? She said to me, she was like, listen, you don't always gotta listen to everything that somebody tells you.
Yeah.
Pray on it.
That's right.
God's gonna he's not gonna answer you with his voice. He doesn't answer everybody in the same way.
That's right.
Some people might get the voice. Some people might get signs over and over and over and over again. Like my sign was to get off the street.
Yeah.
I've been shot at so many times.
Oof.
And I kept saying, man, my luck is off the hook. And then I had one of my uncles go, that ain't luck. That's your grandmother praying, bro.
Yep.
Like, she pray over all of us. That's why none of us is dead.
That's
and I was like, man, my luck is good. But then, as I got older, I'm like, nah, that ain't luck. I see exactly what it is.
Right.
But like, I hear you, I get you. Like, sometimes you got to watch what people say. You can't believe everything God said. There will be false prophets. You can't listen to everything.
That's right.
And then there's guys like Terry.
That's the thing. When me growing up, church was like a fairy tale. So, like my man said, I didn't want to go to church all the time, but I was forced to go to church.
Yeah.
But then when I found God for myself, I saw the business side of church. I'm a church musician, so I see everything that goes on, behind the scenes. And this situation, I hope people could take from it that God is not a fairy tale. You know, it's not like Greek mythology or Norse mythology, nothing like that. God is real, and we make him fake. But you know, God is real.
Oh, I like. Okay, so you said we make him fake.
Yeah.
Because we don't want him to be as real as he is.
Right.
Yeah. If he's not in our box, then it's not real.
Right. Because here's the thing that I learned from this too. The more knowledge you have, the more you're responsible for. So if you really seek to know God for who he really is, you're going to find out more than you really want to know.
Right.
You're going to find out not just the blessing side of God, but the chastisement of God. Right. When he beats you up for stuff that you shouldn't be doing.
Basically, he's like a parent.
Yeah,
a strict
exactly.
A strict parent, but God, like I hear people go, God got a sense of humor. Nah, God got a way of telling you certain things that you look back later on and be like, man, that was funny, but he wasn't trying to be funny.
It wasn't funny.
Yeah.
This wasn't funny to me at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you feel like you escape certain things. You know, that's going to happen to the chick down the street, not me.
Mm-hmm. Right. You know, I go to church all the time. Right. Exactly.
And I'm traveling the road, writing songs for him. Right. People are getting healed. It's so many people that said I was going to commit suicide. I listened to your song, then I wanted to live. And they didn't know when I wrote that song, I wanted to take my own life too. You know, so I'm just like, I'm not believing what I'm singing about, what I'm, you know, telling the world. So this was like, okay, so this is your test. Either you're going to believe or die. And that's it.
So Terry, before she went in for her pre-op, you had a vision.
I had a vision, you know. I wasn't dreaming, I was awake.
You were awake.
And I just kind of like closed my eyes and I could see a hand coming from out the ceiling, like a giant hand coming from out the ceiling and scooping. To me it looked like rocks, but you know, I guess it was the tumors. And then that very next day,
he scared me.
She came home and was like, "You're not gonna believe what happened."
Okay. And it wouldn't let me record. I was so mad. First of all, my doctor don't believe in God.
Your doctor does not believe in God.
Does he now?
It's a lady.
Does she now?
She thinks it's all like like Channel 13 News called her to try to get, you know, her statement.
Right.
And she was just like, you know, you already know what happened. I'm not giving my statement. You know, like, I don't want to have anything to do with this. It's like she's angry because science tries to tell people that God is, they try to prove that he's not real.
Real, right.
So if it proves that he is, science itself, then they feel like I got to eat my words.
Right. Even
my mom was at the appointment, like, when I went again, and she was just like, tumors don't go away. They only get bigger, especially with pregnancy. Right. You know, so she was just like really nasty. Right. And I ended up changing my care like in the middle of my pregnancy because I'm like, you too negative for me. I can't.
Okay, so take me with you in the room, okay?
Yeah.
So you're doing your pre-op, your doctor walks in.
And they set me up for ultrasound.
Set you up for an ultrasound.
Because they have to measure the size of the tumors to make sure they're still the same size.
Okay. Because
they have to already premeditate what they're gonna, how they're gonna pull it out, how they're gonna do everything. They already have to know.
Okay. Was it during the ultrasound that she noticed that the tumors weren't there anymore?
Yeah. So we started doing the ultrasound, and it was just total silence. And I wasn't looking at the screen because I was just upset. You know, I closed my eyes and I felt like one tear just dropped and hit the, you know, the paper sheet. And I was praying. I was like, God, I don't even know what I was praying for. I was just like, just don't let this happen. I don't want to have this surgery. And they called in they had the tech there, and they called in the other doctor, and then another doctor, and the doctor that was supposed to do my surgery ended up being there. And they were like, get this girl's
So they're not telling you anything.
Nothing.
So at this point, you're like,
I'm thinking it's
getting worse.
I'm thinking it's worse. And so I was just like, Lord Jesus, like, and the only reason he wasn't there is because my son, he was coming home from school. It was around that same time, right? So somebody had to be at the house. So imagine how scared I am. My best friend cannot be in this room with me. Right. I'm freaking out.
Your calm is not there with
My calm is not there. And so they came back in after they asked to see the file, and they were like, what is going on? Is this the same girl? And I'm thinking, like, first of all, I'm not a girl, I'm a woman. But,
excuse me.
But they're like, what's happening here? Looked in the file. This is Blair Walker, right? I'm like, yes. What's wrong? You know, I'm trying to figure it out. They're like, a little chuckle. Okay, because I had already said, which I didn't even remember, my God is going to heal me. Right?
You already told them.
I already said that in the appointment. Because I just didn't want to, I accepted it for myself and I was scared, but I didn't want them to see me freak out. So that's what I said. And very smart, well, I guess your God replaced your tumors with a baby. You're 6 weeks pregnant. And I was like, excuse me?
What?
Literally turned the screen around, showed me my entire uterus. When I say, I had already seen this ultrasound beforehand.
Yes.
And they called it a hostile uterus.
Right.
Because it was full of just everything.
Yes.
And there was nothing, there was literally, I had the pictures. Like, it was totally clear.
Like
and you saw like a brand new uterus. They said it was like a 21-year-old uterus. And then all you saw was this little beam right in the center of my uterus.
Okay, so first of all, so you and Terry was getting busy during this whole thing.
Now Racqui wants a brand new uterus.
Okay, so you and Terry was still getting busy then. Yeah.
And the thing about it is my kids, it was summertime. My kids was going and, with family members and all that.
So you had some free time.
So no, but
grown folks conversation.
But what's crazy is it would be in between. He would always ask, "Do you feel okay today?" Because you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So I'd be like, "Oh, I'm not in pain today." So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So he was like, "Could we have this little grown
Yeah,
Because I have a conversation.
Yeah, because I was in pain like all the time.
Right.
So he would always ask first, "Are you cool today?" And I'll be like, "No," or "Oh, I'm cool today."
Right.
So
okay. All right. If you're just tuning in to the rundown, I have my girl Blair Mooney. I always have to take it back because my mind is everywhere. I have my girl Blair Mooney, in the building with her husband Terry, and they're talking about their miracle. Okay. And you were diagnosed with uterine cancer. Okay. And at your pre-op, you're going in for a hysterectomy.
Yeah.
Your pre-op. And the doctors, you're calling in second opinions, third opinions, fourth opinions, and you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Is it worse? And then they told you, they turned the ultrasound around and they say, hey, all your tumors are gone and there's the baby.
What's crazy is the statement that they said, and
Your
that's what
God.
everybody's using. Yeah, because they didn't want to say just God, like they accepted him for who he was, but that's the quote that everybody's using all over the news and everything. Your God replaced your tumors with a baby. And I was just like, I was in total disbelief. I was like, let me see that. Ain't no baby in there. First of all, let's think about it. Yeah, I was 6 weeks then. Let's think about it. They had already told me the year before that, I could, not even a year before that. After I had her, they said, don't do this again. You're gonna. I mean, even if you can't get pregnant, you won't.
So you had complications with previous pregnancies.
They're both of them. They're preemies, and we lost our first daughter in 2005. She was born. I was 6 months pregnant. She started coming out of my house, and she lived for 8 hours.
Wow.
And that was it. So I was just like done with the whole. After they came, I was like, all right, this is it.
Yeah, a girl, we good.
Right.
For real. I mean, it was perfect.
Right.
It was perfect. And once they told me I was sterile, I was like, well, I don't even need I wasn't on birth control either because they was like, it's no good. You can't have kids anyway.
Listen, you just keep throwing things at me. These bombs are dropping. So they told you you were sterile.
Yeah, no kids.
No kids.
You're done.
You're done.
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
So what's this baby name?
Noah.
Okay. Noah in the ark.
Let's So okay, all right, guys. I'm gonna take a little break. DJ Stunt, we have more with Blair and Terry when we get back. It's the rundown. Rundown. I got my girl Blair Walker, her husband Terry in the building, and Blair was diagnosed with uterine cancer. And during her pre-op for surgery for her hysterectomy, the doctor said, "Hey, your tumors are gone and there's a baby there. Your God."
Yeah.
Remove your tumors. Your God. So Noah is there. He's there. And this pregnancy, smooth sailing. I know you said you had history of preemies. Your two kids that you have before Noah, they're preemies.
Yeah.
And Noah's full term.
Full term.
Like 40 weeks.
Full term. Like, they were like, well, hey, he didn't even want to come out when we went to go get him. Like, they had to get the vacuum and get him out.
And take him out.
Yeah, he didn't even want to come out. So
Oh, wow.
he was just comfortable. And I had never seen that before. All my pregnancies had a 24-week, a 32-week, and a 34-week. So, I mean, those are early.
And he was full term.
Full term.
Now, Terry, when she got home and she told you about this miracle, what was your reaction? You're like, I told you so.
I just handed him the ultrasound. Like, he was like, I knew it. I'm like, wow. You knew I was going to be pregnant? Or
It was funny to me. The main thing I got from it was that, God took his time out to, to tell me that it was going to be all right. But he, people that's upset say there's a whole bunch of other people that have cancer too.
Yeah.
Right.
But he chose us
to
do what he did, so.
Mm-hmm. And I can't tell you why. Like, for everybody that knew me growing up or whatever and says, she don't deserve that or, whatever. Like, you don't know why.
He got a plan for you.
And that's the thing. I know that I'm relatable to a lot of people. And I think that's the main reason. Maybe my social media following, whatever. But I had that moment where I was like, I don't deserve this, but thank you, But it's just, I had to stop thinking about that. And from then on, it was like, okay, so, and I kept hearing these words, it's not going to be easy, but it'll be worth it. And I did have that scare moment where it was like, well, I'm probably going to have a miscarriage with this baby too, And and even in that, he was like, what's wrong with you, bro?
After this miracle, like, these miracles are happening back to back for her, okay? And she's like, oh, well. Because you're still being a pessimist, huh? You're not keeping the fan. What's Terry? Terry's like, listen.
I was like, God's name was on the line.
Right.
That's what he said. Yeah.
So there ain't nothing. If something might happen to the rest of us, but ain't nothing gonna happen to him.
Oh, God, listen.
And I mean nothing. When I say every time, like I was having pain just because my pelvis was cracked with him and everything, and I would go and be like, is he okay? And I'm like, your baby's perfectly happy. Just fine. His heartbeat would be great. Everything was perfect. And he just was larger. And because I had never held a baby for that long, my body just didn't react to it well. But he just was like, at that, and I thought to myself, look at all the times we almost got divorced. And, we've been married since we were 18.
Oh, wow.
We've been together since I was 15.
Wow.
So, you go through some changes. Yeah. And I was just like, what if we didn't stay together? What if, you have those what if moments? And then I just was like, God is just amazing. He really is. And even when there's something about him that's like so calm and so peaceful that he lives up to exactly what God did, because I just, everything changed. Even you said he made you love your other kids more.
Really?
Like, yeah.
There wasn't any moment where you didn't have any doubt at all. You weren't skeptical at all.
I couldn't have doubts because, a lot of people play church.
Right.
And for the longest time, I grew up in church, but then I didn't have nothing to do with church because I've seen so many people play. And I was like, okay, God, I believe that you can do it. But it's a lot of other people that don't believe. Yeah. So here's your chance. Not that you have to prove who you are, but here's your chance.
Oh, you be testing him. You be going toe to toe with God. You got to show me, right?
Well, sometimes it be like that.
Right. And not everyone has taken this as a miracle. Some people have basically called what's the word? I've seen.
They said he was the Antichrist. That they can see it in his eyes, when I put up videos, his eyes are more black than they should be, or...
Wow.
And some people say we faked the whole thing.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you should have... I got death threats. People were sending me pictures of dead babies.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Were y'all asking for anything? Did y'all have a GoFundMe?
No.
So
no, that's the thing. Like, we're sitting up here like, what would make somebody... Like, for what? I already had the attention of the industry. Mm-hmm. I already have connections. Let's just be real. I'm not boasting, but I didn't need any notoriety for anything.
Right.
You know,
trolling society.
I just didn't. You know, and for me to take myself through all of that, for what? And he had to fight with me to share it. Like, he was like, put your little makeup on, go do a video. Like, he literally, I was like, I don't want to. Just let this just be for us. He was like, no, somebody's gonna, I'm telling you. And as soon as I shared it, there were so many women that wrote me, and they were like on the verge of God knows what.
Right.
And they couldn't have children. And there's a woman right now, it's so crazy. I'm gonna post her once her baby gets out of the NICU. She was going through the same thing. Her cancer was worse than mine. They said she couldn't have any children. She didn't have, her tumors weren't as big as mine, but she couldn't have any kids. And so she ended up getting pregnant around the same time. She had the baby was a preemie though, born at 1 pound, but now the baby's 5 pounds. And it's just like, and totally fine. So she was just like, she went on social media and was like, I'm telling y'all gotta believe Blair, because all I had to do was activate my faith, and it was crazy. And so then I started to see that's why I had to share.
Right.
You know, and
because I know you said you didn't know why me.
Yeah,
I don't. So is that being answered?
I wouldn't be famous for other stuff.
Right.
Cause when you think about it,
you work hard.
Now I'm only, if you Google my name, this is all that comes up.
So can I ask you a question? Are you putting all this in your music?
Use that as your platform.
Listen, we have
that's your purpose right there.
That's it. Because we redid most of the album at this point. Because I was getting ready to release something else, and the single that's coming out is called "Miracles Can Happen," and it was like, for once, this is really coming from a real place.
Oh, do you have any music on you right now?
Yeah.
Can you email something?
Yep.
Okay, we would like to share your talent.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
We'd love to share your talent here on The Rundown. Listen, it's crazy.
I'm telling you, life is the way it turns and flips. You'll never really understand until you go through something like that.
Right.
You know?
Listen, if you don't believe in miracles, if you don't believe God can do miracles, this story, Blair's story, will definitely change your entire perception of God and how He works. It's The Rundown.
So we play it when we come back?
We'll play some music from Blair, because she's a talented singer and songwriter. Definitely gonna play some music from Blair when we get back. It's The Rundown. And that was Hold On by Blair Monique Walker. So no matter what's going on, just hold on. Just hold on.
It's a dope track.
Dope. Thank you. So your voice is amazing. Thank you. Amazing. I've watched your videos that you posted in church and during worship. Bruh. All I gotta say is bruh. Your voice is amazing. Your testimony is even greater. Yeah. What God can do. Miracles do happen.
They do.
God is good. God is good. And now we have Noah. How old is Noah right now?
He's going to be a month old on Friday, on my birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Noah. He is so adorable.
This is what he does.
Look at the hair. He has a full head of hair. Oh, look at him. I wish you guys could see this right now. He's opening his eyes. He's like, I know you guys talking about me. You are a superstar.
Listen,
you're not even a you are a superstar.
I started an Instagram for him. He had 300 followers in one day.
Really?
I was like, all right. Oh, baby.
Oh, he needs to manage me.
He has people been sending him onesies with Miracle Baby on it and all types. So people have just been really. There have been a lot of amazing things that have come from it. So, you know.
Where can people find you? What's your social media?
My social media, I make it easy. It's Blair Monique on everything.
Blair Monique on everything.
On everything. Blair with no E. And Terry Bogart on everything. So.
Okay. And you can find your music on iTunes. Search Blair Monique.
Absolutely. So, and like I said, the single is coming out, and then the album is to follow. So we're just having an amazing time. And, you know, even I've had this, I thought I would be in a lot of pain. I had a C-section, and I thought I would be tripping right now.
So your recovery process has been
great,
breezy,
absolutely great. You know, so I have a great partner. Oh, you gonna cry now? He's with the baby. Probably more than me at this point.
So Terry produces some of your tracks.
All of them.
He produces all of your tracks.
Yeah, and he writes. We write together. We've been doing that forever. You know, so it's he's got some stuff coming up on Jessica Reed's album soon. So, you know, I'm trying to hold on to him as much as I can right now.
Hold on,
Terry. But yeah, he's just a humble person, and it's dope to be married to him at this point. So
dope. I wish you guys the best. Noah, I'm gonna see you. We're gonna do an interview with Noah when he's that age. We're gonna look at you when you're 1 year old, Noah. Listen, it's a rundown. This story has been amazing. I got Ashford Films capturing everything. If you've missed it, it will be on my page, Rundown with Racqui B on Facebook. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having us.
I can't. This show has been so moving already. So thank you guys for coming. We're gonna take a break. And the break, Terry, we're gonna go back there and say a little prayer, right?
Yeah.
Because you do miraculous things, Terry. So we're gonna go back there. He's gonna tell me what's gonna happen in my future. Do you see success in my future, Terry?
Oh my God.
Not a psychic.
I was just about to hit him with that.
Listen, would it be Racqui B?
You keep it up though. You keep it up though. You keep it up though. Seriously, like I love to see people win. We don't have a lot of people pushing each other, especially in this city. I don't know why, but you know, I really love to see, especially women. You know, nothing against men, but women can be catty, so I like to see women win. You know, and it's amazing. So congrats on the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
and
you.
your baby.
And my baby.
I was loving on your baby. I was like, oh my God. His name is Caleb, right?
Caleb,
Yeah.
Biblical names. I had to go with the biblical
Yeah.
name, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Caleb. He was a preemie as well.
Yeah.
He came at 33 weeks.
Wow.
But he's 17 pounds. 4
Wow.
months, 17 pounds. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that.
For my biceps. My biceps are getting stronger day by day.
I feel you.
Thank you for tuning into the rundown. We'll take a break. When we come up next, we have my girl Cola in the building. Stay tuned. It's your Racqui B.